right. Basically, we had an incident in France in the past few days, which I think France has taken the mantle at the minute as the crypto kidnapping capital of the world. It feels like every other day someone's getting pulled off the street and hiding in the back of a van and having fingers chopped off for ledgers and all this kind of shit. But essentially, some background here is there's a TikToker, this kid in France. He's got around 40,000 followers. And so as I understand it, this guy does quite a lot of bragging as far as like his personal brand is built off the back of claiming clout, LARP and trading, yeah, essentially. So a load of blokes turned up at his gaff and said, "You're coming with us," kidnapped him, and they said, "Right, we want a 50k ransom for your head." Now, what actually happened here is, I'll share my screen as I'll talk you through this story. What
I can't help laugh at this, by the way. So like, I'm not a horrible person, but this is just too funny.
So essentially, so what's actually happened is it turns out the kid didn't actually have as much money as he told them he did, and they found out that he'd basically just been buying XRP from like, I don't know, like 5 years ago. When the kidnappers have found that out, they've weirdly actually felt sorry for him, sent him $1,000 in USDT, and sent him on his way. So this is the headline: XRP saves the day. Influencer released after kidnappers pity his wallet. So this 26-year-old crypto influencer and TikTok content creator was reportedly kidnapped in France last weekend. It was. And they basically demanded crypto, but they get XRP bags instead, which I like the way Ed has framed that one. So they demanded 50k, as I've said, and then they found out he'd been heavily invested in XRP since 2018, but had actually no liquid crypto available for a quick transfer. So in an incredible turn of events, these kidnappers have actually felt sorry for him and said, "There's some money to actually go on your way. Go and open up a long on Hyperliquid."
Here's my ref code.
But like, as brutal as this is, because it is fucking scary, as three guys that are sitting doxed on camera and shit like this, do we need to talk about concerns around security and all that kind of shit? And you know where I'm going to take this, because like, or does this kid just sort of, no one deserves to be kidnapped, for God's sake, but what does this tell you about flexing online from a profitability point of view?
It's definitely not plus EV to be shouting about how much money you've got, especially if you live in France. I think they've had like 30 incidents this calendar year, numerous severed fingers. It's just, yeah, if you're in France, pivot to somewhere else. Not the UK either, but yeah, I think it highlights the fact that these trading course bros are getting found out pretty swiftly, I think.
Yeah, do you think that's what it is? Those sort of Instagram...
Yeah. Well, like if that's the flag you're putting up, like what kind of people are you going to attract? And if you're doing it in a like in your face, look what I have, look what you don't have kind of way, then like what signal is that putting up to people? Just so you know, all of us are extremely unprofitable for like the vast majority of our lives. So
yeah, I was going to say, just nothing to see here, nothing to see. But like what I found interesting about this as well is it's TikTok fame, I guess now infamy. We've had a look collectively at crypto TikTok, haven't we? It's horrendous, but like we often like have this conversation about there's a stark difference between crypto YouTube, crypto Twitter, and then crypto TikTok. Evidently, it is that maybe like part of the issue there, because all of the content that I see on TikTok has always been kind of weird nonsense, like looping strategies, and this is how I bought a house to do, and it just doesn't really add up.
It's more like your passive income. Like I used to sell Forex courses crowd, and that's the only. You got to think about it from like a scroll stop perspective. Like what's going to stop people on that timeline? It's probably something like extremely fucking flash, or you're sat in a fucking Lamborghini. You've got like 1 second to hook people, particularly on TikTok. So that's probably why that kind of person only exists in that realm, because anywhere else, if they try to do that on Twitter, they get fucking destroyed. So it's like, yeah, I know. It's just, I suppose the platform encourages it a little bit.
Have you spent much time over there, Gaz? Crypto TikTok?
No, it's not my bag. The only thing is my missus has got it, so I do get the irrelevant updates now and again. But not a lot of crypto stuff comes on there for me. Instagram is pretty funny because Dip Wheeler's managed to get himself wormed in over there.
Has he?
Generational bottom posts have come up on Instagram.
Unreal.
Right. Probably says more about my algo, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd rather have your algo than mine if that's what it's throwing up.